Thanks for tuning in for another episode of the Unserious Podcast. This is your host, China D, and she's back. Yes. Hey guys, I am back. I've just been out. I've been living, the summer started, so I had to step away from the potty, the little episodes, the YouTubes, and I had to go live a little. Uh but I am back. I am ready to be back. And let's get into this episode. So, as you guys know, first segment is what I couldn't take serious. So, I have been away for a couple of weeks. And during those weeks, I realized I will never take dating apps serious. I have been to now a couple of different states. And in every state, the men on those dating apps just keep getting weirder and uglier. Like, what's going on? Where are the fine men? I'm trying to find one. But yeah, I joined Bumble, joined Facebook dating, joined Hinge, joined Tinder, and it just wasn't giving. Like the dating apps, y'all have to do better if y'all want us to find somebody. Period. But that's something I couldn't take serious. And yeah, I know y'all probably have been wondering where I've been, so I'm gonna break it down. The beginning of May, I was here, but I just had a lot of stuff going on. Um, the next week in May, I went to the Dominican Republic with my family for a family trip. Loved it. Got tanned, got brown, sat in the sun, drank margaritas, drank Bahama Mamas, pina coladas, all the above. And it was cool. We stayed at the Rio Bamboo in the Dominican Republic. It was a really nice resort. I enjoyed it. The rooms were kind of small, but it was cool for the time being. Um, Loved the beach. They had a lot of activities. We went on a boat ride the last day, so we stayed for 5 days. We stayed from the 17th to the 21st. Yes, to the 21st. And it was cool. 17th, we celebrated my sister's birthday. And it was fun. We had dinner there. Everything was so nice. Second day, we basically just chilled at the pool because it was so like travel day. We barely slept. I don't think I slept in like 48 hours after traveling. But that's usually what happens. So second day we chilled by the pool, went to the beach, did like relaxed, and then they had where they on their what is it called? On the resort, they have a party. So me and my brother, we went, and it was like a neon theme party. That bitch was lit. It had the pool that has the foam, champagne, all of that. So like you dress up in neon colors and stuff. And it was lit. Like they had two pools. Drinks was flowing. Drinks were strong, y'all. Strong. But it was fun. Third day, I'm not gonna lie, that second day I was gone. I was zooted by the end of the night. I was exhausted. We also went gambling. They have gambling on this resort. They have a casino. Third day, can't remember what we did. I think we just chilled. They had like a show and everything. They had games and stuff. So that was cool. Fourth day, we went on a boat and yeah, we went on a boat. We went to like a natural river or a natural ocean, something like that. And then we went snorkeling and then we came home. Like it was a really good relaxing trip. So we went to the DR from the 17th to the 21st, came back. I had a day in between, and then I went to Brooklyn from the 23rd to the 27th. That bitch was lit. I went to Brooklyn with my friends because we were celebrating one of our friends' birthdays because her birthday was at the beginning of the month. So we were like, oh, we'll just wait to celebrate it for Memorial Day and we'll spend the whole weekend in Brooklyn. It was fun. First night, we got there, we did blindfold sculpting. And that was really cool because like it was a different experience. So we would sculpt it, you get blindfolded and you're sculpting a face. So like you're sculpting the eyes, the ears, the mouth, the nose, all that. It was actually a really cool experience, I will say. You can see it on my Instagram. Well, not my Instagram. If you go to my picture page, which is cd.jpeg, you know, because it's pictures. So CD, my initials, dot JPEG. And you can see like basically my whole thing, what I've been up to. Oh, also realized that first week in May, went to go see Kendrick and SZA that May 9th. Was it May 9th? I don't remember what day it was. I'll tell you. Hold on. It was May. No, it was Cinco de Mayo. I went to go see SZA and Kendrick in Philly. Wasn't planned or anything. We were just I was there anyways because we were celebrating Cinco de Mayo, and we saw how much the tickets were. The tickets were like 120, so we were like, "Fuck it, let's go." And that was fantastic. Had the best time ever. Kendrick and SZA, y'all did y'all damn thing on the stage. But back to Brooklyn. We went sculpting, they blindfold you, all of the above. And that was fun. And then we actually went out to Brooklyn that night with my friend and her two other friends. And it was cool and all, but it was something. It was something. And then the next day we went to an all-white party by South House, and that shit was so much fun. It was also in Brooklyn. And it was like a cool little vibe. It was on a rooftop, so that was really fun. Um Yeah, that was cool. We were in bed by like 10, maybe 11. And that's how it should be. We went out at like 4, got drunk, got back in the house. No, actually that day we went to a breakfast. And that breakfast was so much fun, but your girl was so hungover and had some things going on in my stomach that wasn't matching. So I was sitting at breakfast and I planned breakfast. That was the bad thing. I planned breakfast. It was at the Answorth. Best time ever, though. They came out with sparklers. They do all you can drink mimosas. You came out with sparklers. They were taking shots. They had a sign. It was so much fun. And it was actually not a bad price. Like, I think for the three of us, we did all you can drink mimosas plus food, and it was like $45 each, which really wasn't bad. And it was actually a really good time. And then we went to the all white party. So that was base. So I'm lying. We've been out because I think breakfast was at 1. Yeah, we were out since 1 p.m. till about 11. By 11, we were done. I was tired. I was exhausted. Next day, we chilled around and we went to Everyday People, right? Yeah, we went to Everyday People and that was a good vibe. My cousins met us and we just had fun. Like, it was a really good time. Like, Brooklyn was a really good time. So, went from Brooklyn, had day in between, went to Beyonce. Beyonce, Cowboy Corridor tour. It was everything. Like, so I went with my cousin Khadijah, who was on the pod, who was on, I think it was, what episode was that she was on? If you guys want to go check it out. She was our first guest. She was on episode 4. If you guys want to go check it out, we went, and then I brought my little sister. And it was just a time. Like a time was had. Beyonce was out there singing her blew me out the water. I was having so much fun. Great visuals, all the above. Literally, she ate that bitch up. She did all the songs off her album. She threw in some throwbacks to the left, Irreplaceable, Halo, like, and then she also did some of Renaissance, and it was just a fantastic show. Fantastic. And then came back for a day and then went right back to Philly because I went to the Roots picnic. And that was something. I'm pretty sure most people have seen the TikToks. I made a TikTok. I'm pretty sure people have seen what happened at Roots Picnic. That was actually astronomically fucking ridiculous. So Saturday, Roots Picnic, did not send out an email to everybody that they would be delayed by 3 hours. 3 hours. So doors were originally supposed to open at 2. We got there like 3:30 because we were like, oh, Everything's gonna be fine. Like we'll probably wait in a little bit of a line, but whatever. Yo, we got there and we waited in line for 2.5 hours. They delayed everything by 3 hours and did not tell people. So everybody's waiting in line. The people when we finally got in there, the people we sat next to were like these older ladies. And I asked them, I was like, hey, what time did you guys get here? They were like 11 a.m. They didn't get in until 3:30. I was like, that's bullshit. Bullshit. So everything was pushed back by 2 hours. So Glorilla was supposed to go. She was part of the lineup. Glorilla was supposed to go on at, I think, 3. She didn't go on till about 7. And then Thames was there. Great performance. Fucking great performance. Like, I think Thames was the reason everybody really stayed because, like, her voice was just so good. And it just brought everybody's mood up. And then after Thames was Miguel. Ate that shit up. Like Miguel doesn't perform. He hasn't performed in a while, and that shit was so good. Like his vocals, so good. And then Maxwell came on, but we didn't stay for Maxwell. By the time Miguel came on, it was like 10:30, 11 o'clock. We finally made back to the car at like maybe 10:50. I was exhausted. We had been waiting there for too long, and it just pissed everybody off. Like you could tell the mood of the place was just like, I'm here to see the performances I want to see, and then I'm leaving. You could tell that was the mood. And that should not be the case. And if that's the case, they need to send out like they were posting on their Instagram like shit wasn't happening. And that shit just pissed everybody off. So Saturday was like, do I want to go? I want to go? But then we went Sunday. We went at like 6 o'clock because the person we wanted to see was Kate Renata. And that nigga fucking knows how to perform. Like he performed all his hits, but the visuals were everything. The lights, the screens, everything was so good. And yeah, and then Meek Mill's performed. We didn't stay for him. We saw maybe like 2, 3 songs, and then we were like, yeah, it's time to go home. But Roots, if y'all do it next year, do better because that shit was terrible. And I understand that it rained, but they said the festival was rain or shine. They were not ready for the rain. Period. They were not ready for the rain, and I think that's where they fucked up. Big time. But anyways, that's where I have been. I know that was a lot, but let's get into the next segment. As y'all know as unserious news, but we gonna change it up. We gonna call it messy time real news. Cause there's been a lot of shit that's happened in the news, y'all. So much has happened in like our news, outside world news, everything. So we gonna keep it messy, you know? We gonna keep it messy. So first on the dock, we have the Ace family. So Ace family, Catherine, as many of you know, like y'all are my age, I'm 24. So many of y'all grew up with the Ace family when they first came on the scene of YouTube. And it was Austin, Catherine, Elle, and their 2 other kids. And they got a divorce. I want to say maybe like 2 to 3 years ago, whatever. So Catherine dropped a book. And like she dropped her book and it was interesting. But in her book, she talks about Austin cheating. And I think everybody knew that he was cheating. Like, it wasn't really much a surprise, I have to say. Like, everybody kind of knew, but nobody really had proof. But so Catherine drops this book, and I guess Austin came out and was like, why would you drop this book and not tell me? Da 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 da. And he's like trying to save face because in that book, it did not show him as the best person. It did not show him. He was having his mistress show up to their games. Like, like they would do like fundraisers or like the Ace family, what was it, a carnival, like stuff like that. He would have his mistress show up. And then there was another time where he was on a boat and he had an orgy and Catherine found out and everything. And it got messy. Like Catherine went on to call her daddy with Alex. And girl, that shit was messy. 'Cause I think Alex asked all the right questions, but I think also like I think you knew what you signed up for when like you married him, I feel like. Because like Austin didn't, I don't really think he has like the cleanest record. So I'm like, girl, you went from Michael B. Jordan to Austin McBroom. What did you expect? Anyways, but she dropped her book exposing like their whole family. Like even when their house got repoed, she was confused on that because Austin was paying all the bills and stuff like that. So like she was in the dark for a lot of it. And she explained this all in her book. And yeah, I feel like if you really want to see behind the like YouTube world, like I feel like a lot of YouTubers like we grew up on are like coming out with like what's really happening because I feel like when we were watching them, we were at the age where we were just seeing happy families and like seeing good times and stuff like that. But now they all coming out with different stories, coming out with truths about people. I'm like, ooh, this is too messy. But anyways, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to I'm gonna clump these three human beings kind of together, if that makes sense. I'm gonna call them the baby father bandits. So we have DDG and Hallie, Sky Jackson and her baby father, Cardi B and Offset. What is up with these men? Like, what is going on? So DDG and Hallie filed a restraining order against DDG and sole custody against him for abuse, apparently. And this is all allegations, allegedly. Nothing has, I don't know the real story. Nobody really does unless you are DDG and Hallie. But apparently, like, she filed for sole custody of Halo and a restraining order against DDG and like child support, all that. And yeah, DDG found out while he was live streaming with Aiden Ross. I cannot stand Aiden Ross. I think he's an idiot. One of the worst streamers, anyway. And yeah, so basically, like, it has now come out that, like, it was a lot. Because Haley is now claiming, like, DGG hit her, allegedly, when she was trying to put the kid in the car. And she showed pictures of her teeth, that he chipped it, and she showed pictures of bruises and everything. But today, DDG wants sole custody of Halo because now he's claiming that Hallie isn't mentally stable enough to take care of their 1 year old. And also alleged that she wanted to have an abortion behind his back, but she didn't go through with it. So now he's putting out allegations like that she bit him, and he's putting out text messages like this is a lot. Like it was a lot. But I'm like, what is going on that both of y'all are doing this right now? But then again, like DDG hasn't stopped talking about Hallie since they separated. So I'm like, the girl hasn't come out and really said anything other than this, like other than granting the restraining order. Like the judge granted the restraining order against DDG and sole custody. But I'm like, sir, you came out and said so many crazy things about this lady, and you didn't think she would retaliate in the way she did, but she did. But it's just like, oh my God. That's just one couple. So going on to now Sky Jackson. Sky Jackson, I think, filed for, if I'm not wrong, sole custody of her child. And her yeah, her child and a restraining order against her baby father because he abused her, apparently, allegedly. And I'm just like, what is going on? These men today are not it. These men today are not it. Like, because apparently she ordered a restraining order against him for alleged domestic abuse and harassment. In the court documents, it says that he would abuse her while holding her son. And, like, when she was pregnant, verbally and physically abuse her. And I'm like, you men have got to do better in this world. Because, no, 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 no. It's just not what the fuck. I just can't. And then last person is Cardi B and Offset. These two have been going back and forth. As you know, they're getting divorced. Cardi B filed divorce against Offset, and now Offset is asking for spousal support and claiming that Cardi B don't be taking care of her kids or nothing like that, and claiming that she's a terrible mother. Cardi went on X, which is Twitter, and was airing him the fuck out. She was like, "You got me fucked up. I pay for everything. You haven't paid for anything in like a year." And like she said her kids themselves. So she has three kids with Offset. Culture, Wave, and Blossom, I think her name is, as the third one that they just had. And she said on her kids alone, she spends 50,000. I 100% believe that. They're in the best schools possible. They get the best clothing. They eat probably the best food. They probably have a chef. They probably get great tutoring. So yeah, I 100% believe that. Do I also believe Offset is broke? Yes, I do believe Offset is broke, allegedly. But yeah, Cardi B went on X and she crashed out on him. She is apparently also, I think he's also only doing this is because she's now publicly went public with Stefon Diggs, who pays for the Patriots, and they went public with their relationship. And I think he's just doing this because he's mad that she went public because when she wasn't public with him, he was having his little girlfriends call and be at her house in Atlanta, and like she's like, okay, you want to play the game? I bet you I could play it better. And she did. So now he's filing for spousal support and it's just a whole mess. I'm not gonna lie. All three of these situations with baby fathers, baby moms, it's just bad. Like bad all across the board. It's just too bad. Like, and it's a lot. Like, come on. It's just too much. Too much. Too much. I don't even know what to say. I truly don't, because like a lot of these men in this generation are honestly just getting what they want and then leaving. And that's the pussy. And then they have kids with them and then they now y'all are in a fighting situation. Stop having kids with these people if you know you don't want to be with them in the long run. That's just what I have to say. Okay, next thing on the dock is we have Kai Cenat and Streaming University. As many of you know, he did Streaming University, and it was fun. Like I think I truly enjoy Kai Cenat's content because he seems genuine with it. Like he gave all these streamers the opportunity to boost their platforms, to learn about a couple of things, and I thought it was good. What I did not really care for is some of the teachers he had, like India Love, like. She did a course on relationships and love. I don't really think she's in a relationship. Like, no. But I will say I appreciate him giving a lot of these not so popular and popular streamers the opportunity to showcase their stuff and learn. Because he's one of the, no, he is the best streamer to learn from. And I think that was great. And then Natalie Nunn wants to always insert herself into something that's relevant. Because, bitch, you're not. You're just not relevant with Zeus anymore. Like, everyone knows your show is scripted. Everyone knows Baddies is just not baddying no more. And the new Baddies is just stupid. Like, these, no. It's just no. So she's now trying to like tell Kai like, "Oh, nigga, I know you see my text messages. Da, 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 da. You DM me because you know I'm popping. Da, da. Stop. Do you know how much money Kai makes? You think he need your little $5,000? Girl, bye. She's doing too much. But lastly is the Diddy trial. Diddy, Diddy, I don't even know. Like, I have been following the trial. It's now, I think, day 17 of the trial. And I believe the child is 8 weeks. So I think we're in the third, sorry. I think we're in the third week. Yes, we're in the third week of his trial. And a lot has come out up against this man. A lot. Do I think that he's going to jail forever? No. But do I think he's probably gonna spend some time in jail? Yes. Like the day we're filming this, it is day 16, 17, one of the two. Sorry, my throat is dry. And yeah, a lot has come out from Cassie to his CFO to his bodyguard to the hotel staff. Like Diddy was doing a lot. And he's abusive. That video of him throwing Cassie like that was crazy. I will say I give Cassie all props that she went on the stand at 9 months pregnant and then had her baby 3 weeks later. No, 2 weeks later is crazy. But I give her so much props, like 100% support that lady. 100%. I support all the victims that went through what he put them through. Like his executive assistant, she said she went 4 days without sleeping and was on Adderall because she was scared that if she went to sleep, he would fire her or hit her. Like that man was abusive. And I think that's crazy. He ran this company for so long. He ran Bad Boys Entertainment for so long and nobody said anything. Like there'd always been chatter, but there was nobody that could really put it down. And now they're actually like have evidence, have a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm just like, wow. But I'm also like, did your adult kids know about this? Because Christian, he's like 20 something. Justin's 20 something. Quincy, his adoptive son, not really adopted, allegedly, is like 36. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, but I think the Diddy trial is like one for the ages because I think a lot of people are like saw him from the beginning of like when he first started Bad Boys to now seeing like his rise, what was going on to his demise. Like it's really going downhill for everyone involved. And do I think Diddy's gonna last very long if he is convicted? I don't. I don't. And like they have a lot of people on the stand coming, like the prosecution. And I think the prosecution is doing their job. They're showing the jury that this man was dangerous. He he did a lot of backhanded stuff. Cause I think he's being tried on a RICO charge, like a couple of RICO charges and something else I can't remember. But I think they're proving the point. Cause honestly, all you need as a lawyer in this situation is to convince the jury that he did it. You don't have to like the judge doesn't have to override nothing. You just have to convince the jury that this man is guilty. And I think they're doing that. And I don't think his lawyers are doing a good job as defending him. I don't because I think they're realizing like shit, we might be fucked. Like you might be going to jail and you should prepare for that. But that by itself is a lot, y'all. Like, I would need a separate episode just for that trial, because that's too much. But we're going to take a short break, and I'm going to come back with sticky situations. Hey, 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 welcome back. We're about to get into sticky situations. All right, in sticky situations, we have another really popular streamer, Duke Dennis. Duke Dennis. So apparently, Duke Dennis has 8 baby moms, potentially 10. But he keeps them all a secret. And I realize I 100% believe in that. You should keep your private life a secret, especially if you're a personality. But when you start, I feel like with like certain situations, yes. In this situation, you should probably speak on it a little bit. Not a lot, a little bit. But apparently, so Duke apparently has 8 baby moms, and I think that's kind of crazy. But eight is insane because I think he's only like 30, but still. And he went on streaming, I think last night or the night before. Sorry, my notifications just came in. Or the night before, and was telling people like, oh, I probably won't ever speak on this. I will never show my family. I will never show my kids. Da 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 da. And I 100% commend that because like certain pieces of your life shouldn't be publicized. But so there's a TikToker. Her name is Nosy. I use a lot of her stuff. I absolutely love her. And 'cause she does like a recap, and that recap be fantastic. I'm gonna play some of what he said on Twitch. Jesus, on Twitch, because I think Duke likes this attention of like having eight baby moms. So I'm gonna play the video, and then we'll talk about it. Like these women are coming forward pretending to be your baby mom. Raw. Next question. Now, yesterday we went over a video with Duke Dennis. He had taken a live stream and he was discussing how he was not going to talk about anything in his private life, referring to his baby moms. Now, fast forward to last night because Duke Dennis went back to his live stream and here's what he had to say. Unfortunately, that option has been taken away from me. Taken away from me at this point, because y'all keep harassing, you know what I'm saying, the mother of my kids and, being very, very weird. And this is exactly what I wanted to protect them from all along. And this whole time y'all been, trying to dig into like part of my life that y'all was never invited in, like from jump. And but now that like it's affecting like, they well being and like they getting like threats and like being called names and shit. That was my like main problem. And absolutely correct. It's not actually our business to dig and figure out who he had fathered children with. Except with Duke Dennis, everything is entertainment. So check out his reaction when he's watching a clip of a woman claiming to be one of his baby moms. Keep asking me, am I one of Duke Dennis' baby mamas? Yes, I am. It's coming to light. Yes, I'm. I think Duke is just doing this for shits and giggles, honestly. I think, well, him having 10 kids is not like shits and giggles, but I think him just talking about it is just making his streams go up and everything like that. But I think the ladies out here that are claiming to be his baby moms when they're not are actually mentally insane. Why would you claim to be somebody's baby moms and you don't even got a kid by them? Who claims to be someone's baby mom for shits and giggles? Wouldn't be me. Hell nah. But I thought that was so, like, this situation is so messy and sticky because, Duke, you're out here like you don't got no kids. When actually you have like eight. Like, what? And I think it's funny because, like, all his baby moms seem very chill, except the second one. Apparently, she's in jail for murder. Nobody knows where the kid is. Nobody, again, that's none of our business. But I think it's so funny that like he's out here like he has no kids. Even like Phantom, who's also part of like that Twitch stream group, he says that he has kids, but he won't ever like put them on stream or nothing. And I 100% respect that because he at least acknowledges his kids. Duke went around like he doesn't have kids, and now it's coming out that you have kids. I don't like that. I don't. But I just thought that was a sticky situation because why are you keeping them a secret? Like it's giving Drake and Pusha T again. Like eight kids is insane to keep a secret. Like and not to be not one of their baby moms. Come on, man. But we're gonna take a quick break and then we're gonna come back for our last segment, Serious Sound Serious. We'll be right back. Hey guys, welcome back for our last segment. Guys, I'm so happy to be back doing this. Like, I enjoy talking. Truly. So let's get into our last segment. Last segment of the day is Serious Sounds Serious. So something that I just can't take serious is so I was on TikTok and there was this lady. She came up, she's from the South, and she came to New York. And she was like, how do y'all just bump into each other without saying excuse me? Or like, if somebody's walking so fast, why do you just walk around them? Why do you just not wait for them to walk? So something that I can't take serious is people looking for Southern hospitality in New York and New Jersey. I'm from New Jersey. Um, I work in New York. Hell no, you ain't finding that shit there. I've also been to the South. I've been to Texas. I've been to Alabama. I've been to Florida. I've been to Georgia. The atmosphere is very different. It's slower down there. Up here, if you're not moving fast enough, you're gonna get pushed. That's just how it is. Like in New York, people have places to go. There's only about a certain amount of time. In the South, it's very much slower. You have time to look around, you have time to do this, you have time to do that. In New York, it's you're on a move. So I'm like, no, you're not gonna get any Southern hospitality up here. This is not the place for that. If you want Southern hospitality, stay in the South. New York and New Jersey are not the place for that. You will get cursed out in 2.5 seconds. And if you're not walking fast enough, hell yeah, I'm gonna walk around you. Because why are you standing? My thing is, we have places to be. The city is small. We don't have enough ground to just stand in the middle and just stare at buildings. If you want to do that, stand to the side. Don't stand in the middle, the middle of the sidewalk. Stand to the side and then stare at the building. But don't stand in the middle. Because that's gonna make me want to be like, can you move? I got something to go. Because when it comes to New York, money is time. Time is money. Let's make it work. But that's just something I can't take serious. You're not gonna get Southern hospitality in New York and New Jersey. Wrong places to look at. Something I am taking serious. I'm doing a 30-day challenge with my friend, and it's just to better our health, especially going into the summer, like drink more water and stuff like that. So we're gonna see how that goes. But thanks, guys, for tuning into my comeback episode. As you know, my dad just walked in. Thanks, guys, for coming back. Thanks, guys, for tuning in to my comeback episode. And yeah, it was fun. Thanks for tuning in for the Unserious podcast with your host, Trinity. Bye, guys.